You're watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. So, in this particular video, we're going to talk about this woman here with the skid mark of Buddha on the top of her head, Patrisse Cullors. Now, she was the founder of Black Lives Matter, and let's just say the news that came out about this organization is not good because they've been taking L after L after L over the last couple years or so. So, an article coming from the Washington Free Beacon showed that Black Lives Matter ran through a whole bunch of cash in 2022, and this is according to the tax documents that got released to them. Now, they ran an $8.5 million deficit and saw the value of his investment accounts plummet by nearly $10 million in the most recent tax year. Now, this is according to financial disclosures. The group logged a $961,000 loss on a security sale of $172,000, suggesting that the charity weathered a staggering 85% loss on the transaction. These troubles, however, did not stop Black Lives Matter from doling out seven-figure contracts to friends and family of his former executive director, Patrisse Cullors, who once said that the charity financial disclosures were triggering and deeply unsafe. But was it triggering when you was out here grifting folks talk about fuck white supremacy and we're gonna do the electric slide while you do the cha-cha on the way to the bank, bitch? Huh? Oh, don't worry, Corey George. I got you. I got you. I got you, my brother. I got you. She gonna get this barbecue tonight. I got you, bro. So why are you so triggered? Huh? Why are you so triggered? Because the walls are closing in, because people are getting hip to the game on your grift? Huh? So, but you're triggered. Get your ass out of here. So let me get this straight. You are here blowing cash on houses, renovation of your houses, right? Because the leopard print in the pool wasn't bad enough. So you just thought that you was gonna continue to do this shit and nobody was gonna call you out. You thought that you was gonna continue this grift and use black people as a getting unjustly murdered at the hands of police officers as a front for you to continue your grift. Now, how much of that money went back to the people who were victimized at the hands of these police officers? Just a few short years ago, you raked in $90 million in donations. What happened to that $90 million? Did the money go back to the victims? No, it didn't. You took that money and you funded your own lifestyle. You and your carpet munching wife of yours. But I'm supposed to feel sorry for you? I'm supposed to feel sorry for you because you got triggered. Get your ass out of here. It's no surprise that Cullors was so fearful of disclosing Black Lives Matter's finances to the public. The revelations in the Black Lives Matter Form 990 showed that the group is on a fast track to financial insolvency. So, for those of you who don't know what insolvency is, basically they can't pay their bills. And the excesses of Cullors' tenure have not abated under her chosen successor, Shalmoya Bowers. The financial losses came a year after missteps and setbacks for the embattled charity. And this had nothing to do with missteps and setbacks. It had everything to do with them living a lavish lifestyle with that money. So that's the quote unquote missteps that they're talking about. When you hear stories of Patrisse Cullors spending thousands of dollars in backyard renovation for her $1.4 million home, I have I have nothing but contempt for that. I have nothing but absolute contempt for that. Then you hear about a secret $6 million home, right? A $6 million home that's out there in California somewhere. What the fuck do you need a $6 million home for? Are you bringing in homeless people? Because there's a ton of homeless people out there in California that need a room. Are you bringing those people in? There's a good chance that you ain't bringing those homeless people in. But you're triggered. You're you're in distraught right now. You're in distress. Then you had a Black Lives Matter executive stealing money for his own piggy bank, right? That Black Lives Matter executive stole $10 million in donor funds. Now, Shamoya Bowers is the person that replaced Patrisse Cullors as the top individual in this so-called movement. But this man allegedly took $10 million and used that for his own personal piggy bank. But I'm supposed to feel sorry for y'all because y'all can't pay y'all. Boy, I swear to God, man. I swear to fucking God, man. Forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned. This is crazy. That she continued to get away with it. Her and her constituents, cohorts, and core defendants get away with this nonsense. The financial losses came after a year of missteps and setbacks for the embattled charity. They raised just $9.3 million in 2022, down 88% from its haul the year prior. Black Lives Matter was forced to shut off its online fundraising streams in 2022 due to compliance and transparency issues in several liberal states. The group has blown through two-thirds of $90 million is raised in the wake of George Floyd's death in the summer of 2020. I mean, just blowing stacks in the dark. What's up, Michael Lewis, JMJ, my man Eric Johnson in the building? Just blowing stacks in the dark. So let me get this straight. You blow through two-thirds of $90 million. Two-thirds of $90 million. And I bet not one penny, not even one red fucking cent, went back to those people who were victimized of police brutality. Not a goddamn dime went back to the mother of Tamir Rice, or the family of Breonna Taylor, or the family of Ahmaud Arbery, or the family of George Floyd, amongst others. A host of others. What about the family of Philando Castile? So many things you could have done with that money, and yet you choose to fund your own lifestyle. I'm supposed to feel bad for you because you got your fucking butt in the crack. Boy, I tell you right now, the more I read this, the more I think about this, the more it make my blood boil. BLM spent about $12 million of those funds on luxury homes in Los Angeles and Toronto. That profligacy did not abate in the 2022 fiscal year, where the charity dropped more than $10.5 million on contractors. Much of that went to companies linked to Cullors' friends and family. Cullors' brother, Paul Cullors, made out especially well. A graffiti artist with no prior experience as a bodyguard, Paul Cullors and his two companies raked in $1.6 million providing professional security services. What kind of professional security service are y'all providing? Huh? I mean, is this like the expensive top flight security? What the fuck is this? This man had no experience as a bodyguard. None. But yet he raked in $1.6 million. All in the family. You know, the only other person I can think of right off the top of my head who grifts money from people and give it to his family members is old nigga Jim Clyburn. So did you go to the Jim Clyburn School of Grifting, and that's how you was able to con people? And you took $90 million and you had the nerve to put leopard print in a fucking pool in one of your expensive ass houses. But you're supposed to be triggered. Yeah. Hey, if I was being exposed for the grifting con artist, I'd be triggered too. Shit. Paul Cullors was one of Black Lives Matter's only paid employees during the year, collecting $126,000 salary as head of security. Head of security? Your brother is head of security. How can he be head of security if he the only motherfucker making money? And he the only employee of top flight security. Get your ass out of here. Black Lives Matter disclosed last May that it had paid Paul Cullors a comparatively meager $841,000 to protect the charity's swanky $6 million LA mansion in the 2021 tax year, which Patrisse Cullors, used to film herself baking peach cobblers. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Pardon my French. Are you fucking serious? Your non-cooking ass out here burning up peach cobblers, and you took money that people donated to you to pay your brother off, buy expensive ass houses, and make peach cobblers with burnt up fucking crust on the top. Boy, I swear to God, man. I swear to boy. The charity told the AP, or the Associated Press, it could not entrust its security to the former police officers that staff typical private protection firms. While Patrisse Cullors was forced to resign due to charges of using BLM's funds for her personal use, it looked like she's still keeping it all in the family. This is the attorney for the National Legal and Policy Center watchdog group. Bowers, the Black Lives Matter board member and close friend of Cullors, hauled in a hefty bounty during the 2022 tax year. Black Lives Matter paid his company, Bowers Consultant, $1.7 million for management and consulting services. The sister of Black Lives Matter board member Raymond Howard brought in a seven-figure consultant fee as well. BLM paid Daniel Edwards' firm, New Impact Partners, $1.1 million for consulting services in 2022. What kind of consulting services were he providing? Y'all losing money hand over fist. You barely got any donations last year, and this man is getting paid over $1 million in consulting fees? Are you out of your fucking mind? Also, Black Lives Matter also agreed to pay an additional $600,000 to an unidentified former board member consulting firm in connection with a contract dispute. The charity disclosed in its audited financial statements. Notably absent from Black Lives Matter 2022 tax return is any mention of Trap Heels, the art firm run by the father of Cullors' only child, Damon Turner. BLM paid $969,000 to Trap Heels in 2021, and the two companies were identified as partners in press reports well into BLM's 2022 tax year. So let me get this straight. You got your baby daddy running an art firm. Your baby daddy is running an art firm for BLM. So you're married to a woman, right? So let me ask you a question, Patrisse Cullors, aka the woman with the skid mark of Buddha on top of her head. Who is the woman in the relationship? Is it you or is it your wife or your husband? That is the woman. What they call them nowadays? What they call husbands who who I'm trying to figure out what they call the husband in the gay marriage. What they call them. So you still got your baby daddy around. So do you get dick from him when you tired of carpet munching? How does that work? And if you're triggered and if you're mad by what I'm saying, I don't give a fuck. If you don't like what I'm saying, this your time to leave. Because I'm about to say what I gotta say. You don't like it, that's too goddamn bad. You can't tell me what I'm gonna say. If you're so triggered by what I'm saying, well, that's just tough shit. Because I don't give a fuck. This is unacceptable here. This woman here is stealing money from people, hand over fist. And she took people's money for her own personal gain. She took money from people who was out here working 12 hours, 6 days a week, just to be able to provide for their family, put a roof over their head, put food on the table, put clothes on the back, and this boy, forgive me, Lord, for about this for the words I might say. This woman right here and her cohorts, co-defendants, and co-conspirators took that money and they were infighting with that money and funding their own lifestyle with that money. That's the thing that really plucks the feathers off my chicken. That's the thing that really burns the hair my asshole. Because you had a good thing going and you ruined it and you further damage the credibility of the black community, all because you wanted your come up. Because, see, when we out here really trying to push the line for reparations, these white supremacists, what they'll do is they'll point to people like you, right, Patrisse Cullors? They'll point to people like you to justify why can't we get what we owe. Because you out here doing the damn devil's work. You ain't no different than Brett Favre. The only difference is Brett Favre is out here taking the money that was set aside from the government. He's taking government money and funding his own lifestyle with it. Him and the DiBiase's. You ain't no different than the pork chop preachers and them pulpit pimps who be wearing them oversized robes on Sunday and talk about what a man robbed God. And we got this woman here with the skid mark of Buddha on top of her head, robbing people blind. And talk about she's triggered. Oh my God, the walls are closing in. Yeah, the walls are closing in because people are seeing you for the con artist you are. People like you disgust me. You wonder why people like me who out here really in these streets, really trying to do the work, really trying to push the line for stuff that's right. You know why I can't get no goddamn old campaign donations? You know why I can't people find it difficult to trust me and stuff like that? Because of people like you. People like you is why I hardly get any donations to my channel. Because all they're gonna see is, oh, here you go, another man here, another individual here just begging people for money. I'm not gonna take my hard-earned money to give to that Batman so he can go out here and buy him some Popeyes and stuff like that. Fuck that motherfucker. That's what they're gonna say about me. Because of people like you, Patrisse Cullors, and you sitting here talking about fuck white supremacy. We're gonna end white supremacy by doing the electric slide. Yeah, that's how we gonna defeat white supremacy. And yet, you're no different than the white supremacists out here. You're no different than them. You sitting up here putting up all these flyers and all that. Yeah, we're gonna fuck white supremacy and we're gonna do the electric slide. Meanwhile, you doing the cha cha all the way to the bank. You probably was playing that 50 Cent song. I'm laughing straight to the bank with ha 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 ha. You probably was doing that shit on your way to the bank, making them hefty deposits. And how do we know you don't got an offshore account? Because you know them offshore accounts is very hard to trace that money when you got an offshore account. Just in the event that times get a little hard, you know, just a little nest egg, just in the event, you know, shit goes south. I can still have my lifestyle. Even if I go to jail for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years or whatever like that after taking a plea deal, then after I get out, I'll still have my lifestyle. What's up, CB Sports TV? Salute to you, bro. You really thought that you was going to get away with this. You really thought people were going to expose you for the grifted con artist you are. That's why you want to sit up here and put on this front like the walls were closing in. See, what? See, instead of Gil King talking to every projected sex predator that's black, She need to be targeting your ass. Why is she doing these hour-long interviews going at you for being the grifting con artist you are? But no, she want to sit there with R. Kelly and R. Kelly flying off the handle, talking about how his life is being ruined and all that stuff. And all you doing is sit down there and you cross your leg with them stilettos on, covering up your hammer toes, and people out there making you out to be some hero. You ain't no goddamn hero, Gayle King. You ain't nothing more than goddamn Angela Bassett Hound. See, Gayle King need to be interviewing her, Patrisse Cullors, and ask her the hard questions. That's what an investigative journalist would do. But she's triggered. Now they're buying all these $1 million homes with people's money and don't even got enough class to offer the homes to the people. Mm-mm-mm. Now I want to know, you paying $1.6 million to people for consultant fees, and yet these consultants ain't turning no profit. You out here paying your baby daddy and your brother, anybody else who might be tight in your circle. Jesus Christ Almighty, man. Former managing director Kelly Scales got the other listed salary, nearly $115,000, for was listed as an ongoing severance payment. So you basically pay her to stay away. Then you brought in a woman to straighten out the finances, right? Only for all financial impropriety to come out, because this woman, who just happened to be the Black Lives Matter current chair, she filed for bankruptcy in 2005, 2013, and 2016. This woman by the name of Cicely Gay, she is the current leader of the board of Black Lives Matter. She filed for bankruptcy 3 fucking times. So let me get this straight. You put somebody in charge of the money whose finances are not even in order their damn self. That's like putting a fraudster you in charge of the money. You put a bitch in charge of the money who filed for bankruptcy 3 fucking times. Are you kidding me? Why do you think Samaria Rice, that's the mother of Tamir Rice, why do you think she went off on that group? And she was so right in the stuff she said about this group, because these people here ain't nothing but a bunch of thieves, crooks. Ain't nothing but a bunch of fucking crooks. But you're triggered. You're triggered, though. Patrisse Cullors. The alpha male of our species, right? You're triggered. But you could buy all these expensive homes, all these luxury cars, going on these exquisite trips in G5 planes and all that. Did you have Creflo Dollar with you? Did you have TD Fix with you? Hell, did you go to interracial ride, had Joel Osteen with you? Yeah, y'all was probably making it rain on that G5 plane. Probably on the floor, 30,000 feet up in the air. Blowing stacks and eating pussy in the same time. Probably had one of them foot-long dildos right there on the floor. Y'all make me sick, man. Y'all make me sick. That shit is bullshit. That's bullshit. Y'all think y'all can get away with that. Look, that's bullshit. That's all I'm going to say about that. I've said way more than I wanted to say or I needed to say because YouTube probably going to dig me for this video. That's right. They're going to dig me for this video right here. I promise you. YouTube going to dig me for this video. That's right. She was out there wheeling and dealing, styling and profiling, limousine riding, jet flying. You know, subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, before I get to that, I want to give a salute to Carla Jenkins because she sent me this video. And be on the lookout for another video I'm going to do talking about a Rhode Island lawmaker who was arrested after being found passed out in the car with a crack pipe in the seat. That's right. I wonder if that was Joe Biden's crack pipe. But anyway, be on the lookout for that video. That video is going to come tomorrow. Shouts out to the LDBC Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. Ho!